Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the fourth episode of UPCA. And today's episode, we will be discussing the moon landing being fake.
The Apollo moon landing. Was it real?
Or was it fake?
I'm gonna give you a little hint.
It was neither.
The government's a liar. So, the Apollo moon landing.
As we all may know, the Apollo moon landing was a cover-up in order to prove to the rest of the world that the United States was, of course, the best. That we have beat the Russians to the space race.
But the Russians actually beat us there.
Now, there's three significant pieces of evidence, in which indicate this so. The first piece being the American flag waving in space. Now tell me, what is so special about flags waving?
Well, naturally for a flag to wave, there has to be some sort of air current going past the flag so that it will flap in the wind. But with the moon, is there any air on the moon?
No, there is not.
How the hell did it wave?
Now that is a good point. And this is what leads to the first example of how the moon landing was fake.
There's no way that the flag could have possibly been flying on the moon because there's nowhere to push it. Like, any flag that is so-called up there right now is just sitting still.
But in the case of the American flag waving in this CBS broadcast, it was waving. Now on to the second important piece of evidence that we have found so far in which the moon landing was fake. Now if we look into the top right corner, we can clearly see a camera lens flash flare coming from that certain area. Now, as you can see in this image, you will clearly see the clear face of baby Hitler.
What? Baby
No.
Hitler?
Bring this up, and you'll see. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Corner.
I don't think it's his face. I think they actually just found a swastika like in a crater. It was like just like there on the moon. Like,
Come to think about it, it might actually be the true power of the Aryan race.
I don't think it was the Aryans. They don't have enough hair to get to the moon. They're all like bald and stuff. It doesn't make any sense. But also, can we talk about how like Neil Armstrong's boots weren't even the same pattern as what was on the moon?
Ah, yes. We clearly Neil Armstrong's boots were all flat.
Like, if you look at this, his boots, like, they're flat, like, but if you look at this picture, the footprint on the moon is like rigid and stuff, but it doesn't add up.
Now this clearly shows that the moon landing was staged because first, there is clearly the lens flare in the top right corner in the shape of Adolf Hitler.
Second is that there's no air current on the moon, so the flag can't flap in the wind. And finally is that his boots don't even match what was on the moon. So, as we close up today, we would like to leave you with a moment of silence for the Opportunity rover and its final words.
My battery is low, and it is getting dark.
This
But enough of that. And until next week's episode, we will discuss about how the letter C, hack, and heck are weird and normal. This is Big Chungus Will and Soviet Frankie signing out. Au revoir, comrades.